Boom. Boom. There we go. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Let me stream this. Volume analysis. All right, here we go. So overall, though, I have to, what I wanted to clarify is that TPT does offer silver futures. I know a lot of people were saying they signed up for other brokerages because, or other prop firms because TP does not allow silver, but they do allow silver. However, I do not recommend trading them in this move. One single contract is showing 4 figures of dollar amount movement given one candle. I mean, the silver is so incredibly juiced right now. I cannot recommend mini contracts on silver. Yeah, because it's just too spicy. Too spicy. Nasdaq right now, back and forth. We just opened the market here. It's coming back off. We have a high volume 3C bottom wick that occurred at 25,660. You'll silver play last night. That was crazy, wasn't it? It was crazy. At one point, I saw $550,000 of profit last night. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous on that silver trade. Didn't even mean to do that either. $550,000. It's crazy. Of course, it was a eval account, simulated account, so it wasn't real money, which is what I hated myself for. So, high volume bottom wick on Nasdaq. Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. It was an eval account. It wasn't funded. It wasn't real. Trust me. If that was a funded account, I'd be a lot happier this morning. But unfortunately, it's actually bad. It's the same as blowing the account. Like there's no way I could lose that much money to bring it back to the 50% consistency. So, all right, a little bit of red. Come on now. Trying to get the YouTube rocking and rolling here. All right, what's up, Bandit? Probby, how you doing? Good morning. So Nasdaq has been in this little bit of range here since the little move at 8:50 Eastern Time, 7:50, and we're just kind of chilling at 25,683. If you look around the market here, most of tech is red. Apple, of course, is the green, where everything else is red. That's pretty common in 2025. Most of the S&P is green, although not deeply green. Just kind of just chilling. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to touch silver. I wouldn't touch silver. Yeah, it's too spicy. Good morning. If I traded last night before midnight on TPT, can I trade today, or is it a violation? Not sure how they separate sessions. Nope. Yeah, so the cutoff for the session is settlement open. So 1500 Central, 1700 Central, 1800 Eastern Time is when you could begin trading the next session. TPT would have an email about you if that was your live. Yeah, tell me about it. But I would never have done that. Like, I would have done that. It's just one single candle on 15 minis is like 20 grand. So there's no way I would ever consider that on our funded account. Anyway, let's take a look here. ES and NASDAQ are both putting on a little bit of a green bottom wick here. All right. ES is coming up. I'm going to switch over to the 5. We have a 5-minute high volume bottom wick on ES and NASDAQ. We have a little bit of a too much, too fast move. This is a very, very red move. We went from 890 all the way down to 650. That's a 240-point move on NASDAQ. And with this IV, with this type of market, that's actually a pretty outlier move here. We had this little 50% retracement that I plotted on the imbalance, big red candle. We tapped it, we sold all the way back off, and now we're doing a double bottom to come back up. And now I'm going to target the 25,741 mark on NASDAQ for this upside potential. Looking at the option chain here, we have call selling, put selling. Both of them are being sold. My overall thesis is that we are going to give back every single penny of the last 2 weeks green, either this week or next week. So that's my theory. What's up, Frumple? Hope y'all had a fantastic week last week. I did. It was beautiful, all things considered, even though I feel like I was skiing in the springtime. we made the best of it. Then I come back at 75 degrees here, and now it's 31 degrees. 40, like a 44-degree change in temperature within 12 hours. It's like when you're driving down the interstate and you see a state trooper sitting at the bottom of the hill. You got to slam on the brakes. Did I get snow? Nope. Didn't snow at all, and in fact, it's not supposed to snow there for a while, so they're going to be hurting. The day after we left, most of the snow that was there had already finished melting, so it's literally just dirt. And they don't have any snow on the book for the next couple of weeks, so they're going to be hurting. Bottom wick on NASDAQ, 25,718. Taking a look at RTY, they put on as greens. Everything's kind of responding the same way. Gold right here is plunging on down to the next support of 43.84. Silver is still chilling at 72,140 right here. Am I buying lack for the future? Negative. So 25,722. It's 45 degrees colder here than it was yesterday. It's nuts, man. What is this? La Nina? Whatever it's called. Hard pills to swallow. Nobody will go to jail for Epstein. Correct. Nobody will go to jail for Somalian. Correct. But if you're a middle-class family who parks on a double yellow or pays a tax bill 0.1 days late, the entire legal system will activate. Yep, we are the criminals, not the actual criminals. It's because we are the cattle. Without us, nothing goes around. So be a good little citizen and pay your taxes this year. Because they don't fear us? Not yet they don't. They will eventually, though. Eventually people will get tired of it, and Washington will pay. But not yet. There's too much to lose. 25,750, still going green here. 100-point bounce on NASDAQ. We just took the imbalance. NASDAQ is going up nicely. A little bit of too much, too fast bounce. Beautiful. Is that a 3C? Yes, it is. NASDAQ is going nicely. $25,770. I saw that too, McGabagooly. Yeah. That's pretty neat. All right. Silver, oil put on a beautiful bounce on Friday. They're continuing their bounce, coming back up. Looking like they're going to attack 58 or so. NASDAQ putting on a nice little beautiful bounce here. 3Cs, a double bounce coming back up. You had your 3C indication at about 25,700, and it's 100 points up at the moment. ES is going here too. Fantastic move. Fantastic. Even ES is up 27 points. Blastaroni with cheese, baby. Blastaroni with cheese. Still going, of course. What time is it? It is 9:38. So we're 8 minutes in. Blastaroni going up. We have some volume on this candle. No top wick, though, yet that's holding. After this, we'll be gunning for about 868 on this move. Now, we did have a high volume coming in at about 800 here, but they're kind of just flowing right on through. 800, 806. There's another top wick they're trying to do. We'll see if we can get us a top wick here to hold if we get that volume, but we'll see. Just realized this is my first time in the Discord since last Monday, so hope everybody had a good, relaxing week and a great Christmas. You as well, McGabagooly. It's good to have you back. I had a fantastic week. Last week was the first time in a long time that I didn't take nothing. I took one trade in the past week, and that was it, and it was glorious. And I came back refreshed, excited actually, and we're gonna make some money. Long from 682, nice bandit, well done. I have made it although I'm not really a fan of New Year's resolutions, I've made it my New Year's resolution to finish my book. So I'm going to do it. We're going to do it a 3C's book, baby. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. 25,800 top wick. We have high volume on the 936 candle. On the 5-minute chart, it's very difficult to get a third C on the 5-minute because you'd have to go all the way down to 717. Now that is 80 points down. So play at your own risk here. Silva. What are we doing on silver here? It's going to be a big year for me, man. I have refined my process with TPT accounts, and as long as TPT doesn't change any of their processes, I've got a goal in mind for 2026. It's going to be my biggest year ever. I'm pumped. I've had very good success from July until now, very good consistency, and we're going to rock and roll. We have some top wicks here on NASDAQ. ES, same thing. Their third C is already starting to play out. 2026 is going to be amazing, dude. It's going to be amazing. I lost $42,000 in a paper trading account and made back 65 on silver in 5 minis. Yeah. Yeah, that thing's crazy, dude. That thing is crazy. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX has popped up to 15 or so, roll back over to 1477. And this is after a base into the 13s. It's about as low as the VIX can get. It's as low as the VIX can get. 60-minute large green engulfing. 5-minute. 800. Morning, boss. It's going to be an exciting day. NVIDIA will have some action. That's right, Michael. It'll be an exciting day. Big red on gold. Oh, big red on NASDAQ here. Right now, there's an 87% chance of a rate pause in January FOMC. So the markets are pricing in a pause. Let's see. We have very weak data at the top of the hour. At 10 o'clock, we have pending home sales. It's a 2-star event. We have Dallas manufacturing, which is a 1-star event. In an hour, we have crude oil inventory. So CL trading. Do not trade CL on TPT until 1 minute after the event. High volume failure. Yeah, so we have high volume came in at 936, and we are pinned right here to this high volume inflow. So if the buyers absorb, then it's going to continue to climb higher until, my guess, about 870, 880. $25,804. Gold is dropping lower. We did have a high volume spike here at 8:41 Central, 9:41 Eastern time. But you need a third C, of course. Gold's been on a very steady downtrend now for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. RTY is mid. The Dow is rolling all the way back over. Platinum is getting wrecked. Silver is bottoming it out here. We'll see what they can do. Very tight movement here after the opening excitement. Anybody do anything fun this weekend? What did y'all do this weekend? Not a lot on the bid. No, remember, it's still a holiday week. You know, it's still a shortened holiday week with very little catalyst. The biggest catalyst we have this week, aside from the silver headlines, is FOMC minutes. And it's not the FOMC event, it's the minutes of the event, of the last event. So it does drive a little bit of volatility, but not much at all. So we have just about no catalyst this week. The market's closed on Thursday. So again, treat it as a quasi-holiday type style week where you're not going to put on too much craziness, and we'll get back to it big time the week after. We've launched our new business on Christmas Day. The product may be for hiking enthusiasts like me. What do you got, Sling? Let's hear it. You got a website? Post it. Let's support each other. I just did some family stuff. Nice. This past weekend, I did all the fluid changes in my side-by-side, and I changed out the CVT belt in my side-by-side. That was fun. My soon-to-be in-laws got me an adjustable desk for Christmas, and it's a much bigger desktop space than my other one. Nice. Beautiful, Magabaguli. I have a stand-up desk too, man. It's beautiful. I love it. All right, here comes the 3C. We have a 1-minute 3C. Like I said, the 5 minutes not going to come till 7:30. That's a very large move. Coming off. Large red candles coming down. Here's a third C. Extraordinary, baby. NASDAQ has already engulfed that entire green. It's given back more than half. Can we go all the way down to the lows? Maybe. Third C's, baby. The 3 C's will change your life. All the way down. All the way down, baby. Let's do it. Give it to daddy. Give it to daddy. My Volvo needs a belt change, but they designed it to be ridiculously hard to replace. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. I have a CF Moto, which is a Chinese design product. I got to hand it to them. It's a fantastically designed machine. Everything was easy to work on. I got to give it to them. I got to give them props. You know, those communists know how to build a side by side. All right, high volume 3C top wick here. Go GO2 therapy, advanced oxygen solutions. Very cool. Y'all go support Sling. Beautiful stuff. I'm going to click on it, take a look. High volume on that candle coming up. I saw your tweet about reducing position size being better, and you're so right. Absolutely, man. I can't stress it enough. I've been saying it almost every day now for years, and I'm still going to continue to say it. Position sizing is your number one most important barrier for entry. If you keep getting destroyed, it's because of your position sizing, or because you simply not know what you're doing. Which if that's the case, you definitely need to fix that. Rumor has it a major bank collapsed on a silver margin call at 2:47 a.m. On December 27th, JP Morgan filed an 8K disclosing $4.9 billion in unrealized silver losses. They went from 200 million ounces short on silver to 750 million ounces long. It's the largest position reversal in the history of the silver market. Rumor claims a $34 billion in emergency Fed repos. Huh. Why did JP Morgan suddenly own 750 million ounces of long silver positions after spending 15 years on the short side of the silver trade? Interesting. NASDAQ's coming back down. Rolling back over. 3 C's for the win, baby. 3 C's for the win. Now, agreed, the 5-minute did not print a 3C. It's about to. But in the first 15 to 30 minutes, there's very little 3C indications on the 5-minute because the positions are so momentous. So, again, you can play off the 1-minute 3C if you want, but you have to pull the position sizing back. That is why anytime I take a trade the first 15 minutes, my position sizing is small for that very reason. Incredibly high volume, highest volume candle of the day right at the highs. We had this little top wick right here, and then finally we broke the 1-minute lows of 780, and now we're down to 730 for a 50-point change. The imbalance was created right here at 7:30. Once we take that out, I would put a pretty decent probability that we will touch the low of the day, which is 664. When you go on high altitude, do you feel shortness of breath? I mean, I feel it. Yes, 100%. It doesn't affect me though. I mean, obviously, I've had high altitude training for a while, being a pilot. But I have had stories like one of my best friends brought his wife out to Colorado, and his wife, she couldn't even ski. She had altitude sickness the entire week. So it affects definitely a lot of people. Myself, it doesn't affect me. The kid, my family doesn't affect. But yeah, we can tell a difference 100%. It's exactly the time you do one of our products. Absolutely, man. I will definitely send you a link. I love it. Do y'all understand that whole 3C move right there and the probabilities of what happens in the first 30 minutes? Japan makes quality products. Yeah. Yeah. Don't tell that to World War II vets. Had problems near the 50. Yeah. All right. Call selling, put selling. That's what we have. So would it be a safe assumption that this is liquidity going to continue down because not its volume? Yeah. So we've already taken out. I think right now we're on top of the 50, which is right there. We had a high volume top week after the huge green move, even with the too much too fast. We had a very quick candle into 800. We had the highest volume candle of the day, and then that was it. Boom, roll all the way back over. Now the buyers cannot put on a rally back up. Usually, if I'm looking for higher prices, I would have already looked for a bounce higher. But this is already a complete reversal. So I'd put a pretty good likelihood on the fact that we're going to at least go attack the range low somewhere in the ballpark of 680, 670. And then, of course, if that takes out, then we will play down to new lows of the day, which is into the lower 600s. So remember, in addition to the 3Cs, you have to have a good memory of how price action works. How does price action work? If we're going to blast higher, 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 it would have already bounced back up by now. Unless this is going to be a range day, at which point they're carving out the range right now. What's silver doing here? Silver ain't doing nothing, just chillaxing. NASDAQ is still rolling over. What's JP Morgan stock price doing? Nothing. Yeah, it ain't JP Morgan. Ain't no way. Silver's going to chill a bit before they start hitting higher. Watch GameStop with this silver squeeze. Not joking. No, I believe you at this point. Way too much insider information for them to have something like that. Yeah. So the biggest 3C so far today is going to be, or at least on NASDAQ, is going to be right here. And then we took out this lower low. Right there. So we have the first C, we have the second C of the top wick, and the third C right here to come back to lower. Conspiracy theory that UBS silver shorts are tied in with GameStop short swaps, but you never know. I really wish I didn't sell my silver. Who would have thought, though, that boring old Silver would have done this, though? I guess Silver guy did. You know, he was in here, but I never would have thought that. Oh, man. Another top wick back over. TPT closed out. Daily goal on 3 MNQs. Nice ladder. Well done, buddy. Well done. I'm listening to a 90s playlist, and Barbie Girl just came on. I just can't do it. I can't do it. All right, so you see they're still following the script. Little top wick roller, top wick lower. Let's see, Silver's not doing nothing. RTY, ES is doing this. I'm going to go to the NASDAQ, and I'm going to zoom out just to touch the 15 right now. I'm going to delete the 50 because we've already taken that out. That's good. Next target here is going to be, if they fail, is 5, whatever this low is right here. So approximately 600. Let's call it 609, 600, right there on NASDAQ. You could see it. We almost bounced off of it Monday the 22nd. We did hit it on the 23rd. That's the next likely liquidity pull. That'll be a third test of the 600 block, and it'll be an SR flip. That's a very important level for this particular. It's a short-term enjoyment, or a short-term important. I just read Dan's comment. It's a short-term important level. You could see it. Bottom wick here, top wick, top wick, top wick, and now bottom wick, and this will be the next test right here. So I would plot a line right there on NASDAQ. What were you going to say about the first 30 minutes of open? Yes, so the first 30 minutes in the market is the manipulation phase. Or the first 15 minutes would probably be even better to say that, because I do trade the second 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes is the manipulation phase. That is where the market comes out and they're just undoing, or they're positioning for what happened overnight, or depositioning for what happened overnight. It's liquidity grabs, it's runs, it's momentum, it's everything in between. It's very difficult to get a 5-minute 3C because the moves are so large. You have to wait 60, 70, 80, 90 points on NASDAQ before you get a 3C confirmation. So most likely you're going to have to trade off the 1 minute or just very quick trades in the first 15 minutes. Now, if you do that, that's fine, but you pull the position sizing back. Anytime I trade the first 15 minutes by system, by my law of the system, position size comes way back, 1 mini at the most. And then after that, I start calculating and doing 5-minute 3Cs like I should, 15-minute 3Cs with normal position sizing, and I put on my trades. But the first 15 minutes is manipulation. After that, it's momentum phase, and then after that, it's the algo phase. So anything after the momentum phase is going to be in the 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock range, give or take, 30 minutes here and there. And that's because that's where the high-frequency traders and the low-liquidity players are going to be trading. And that makes things a little bit more erratic, a little bit more wicky, even on trends in that time period. Trends are more wicky, and it's not fun to trade. NASDAQ is still shifting lower here. Still. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. You're welcome, SI. You're welcome. NASDAQ is still sliding lower here. Once we take this out, I'll be looking for 660. Once we take that out, this big red line here, which is the most important, we have a tremendous amount of call selling, and they're starting to shift into put buying. Very little put buying, but this is mostly call selling here. VIX is up 8.7%. It was up 11%. Now it's only up 8.7%. Not enough to pay VIX calls, though. Muchas gracias. Coming on down. So I told you I got a 3D printer. Well, the daughter got a 3D printer for Christmas. First thing I finished printing this week was a 30-round magazine for my AR. Always the colors, baby. It's fantastic. Can't wait to try it out. Can't wait to try it out. Red's still dropping, looking for 660. Third C is still intact. The 3C's play here is still intact. Do not buy the dip. Do not long the position until you have a 3C long. So it's a present for her. I've never touched a 3D printer. She's always wanted one. She loved it because they have them at their school. She goes to a STEM school and they've got them. So she's pretty stoked about it. But I was like, hey, I'm going to try something overnight while they're sleeping. Boop, put it in, woke up to a magazine. It's great. All right, we have volume. We have a bottom wick. Silver. Gold's getting wrecked, dude. 43.70 on gold and still falling. Silver ain't going anywhere. NASDAQ can't catch a bid. We're just chillaxing. Very boring price action. Yeah, definitely, Sling. I'll take a look. I think a lot of people are still out on holiday, enjoying some time off. Just going to sit back and wait for the 3C on gold. Hey, that's a fantastic idea, PB&J. We might have one here. We might have one here. Possibly. Possibly. Would YM be a better short here? Would YM be a better short here? First, let me zoom out here real quick. Gold is coming into a little support here, but they still have a ways to go. But they do have a tremendous amount of volume coming in, so we'll see. Let's take a look. I mean, YM does have a tremendous top wick. Top wick back over to 48,810. RTY is coming off here too. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything is rolling over here except for oil. Oil's got data in 35 minutes or 25 minutes here. So just be aware of that. If you want to play something, play a catalyst, you might have an opportunity here in a few minutes. Let's see, ES is still rolling over here. NASDAQ still topping. These are the 15-minute candles, by the way. So the 1 minute, we have this. ES, just nothing really much moving. Silver is kind of trickling back over. RTY is a highest volume candle here coming in on RTY right now. So be aware, RTY might put on a move. Dow, nothing. Platinum, I don't like to trade. Gold put on two very high volume spikes here. We have a very small bottom wick forming. Now, I can't even call that a 3C. We do have the first C beginning to form. On the 5 minute, you would have to claim 43.78 for a high volume bottom wick, but that is a tremendous amount of volume. On the 1 minute, you need at least, I would say, at least 43.63 to take a long position on gold. You're welcome, AR. What's up, Travis? Welcome back. Bienvenidos. Hope you had a fantastic holiday. What's up, Wesley? Good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? Here comes the 3C on gold. Possibly. Possibly. Can we get it? Can we get it? We're having our legal tax evasion conversation for Tier 2 this week. I was going to do it the normal time on Thursdays, but with Thursday being the holiday, I think we'll do it, I don't know, maybe Wednesday night? I don't know. We'll see. We're going to do it this week. I just got to figure out a good time. I'm excited about that conversation. One of my favorite subjects in financial world is how to not pay a single penny of tax to the corrupt government. It's going to be great. $25,697. NASDAQ is rolling back over. Is it for Tier 2 only? It is, yeah. It is. Well, this is pretty boring. Nothing can get a 3C at all, at least a bounce opportunity. So even silver, gold, everything is just shifting downwards. Every single futures product on my main futures watch list, with the exception of oil, is trending down. If you look at the NASDAQ, the main tech stocks here, everything is down except for Apple. And even Apple's starting to give back a little bit. So Amazon, everything, Google, Meta, Tesla, down, down, down. Microsoft was up, but they're giving some back. They're still overall red. Nvidia is down at the bottom here. ES is getting wrecked. NASDAQ is coming down here too. Everyone else should be able to avoid. I agreed. I think the time's coming, though, man. I think people are getting sick of it, collectively. I think the time's coming. The walls are closing in. All right. Oh, man. 233 million puts purchased, 1.1 billion calls sold. Option chain is bearish. The VIX is still up to 8.6. They're not selling that off. The market is kind of just shifting lower ever so slightly. Do not buy the dip until you have a 3C. Until then, short bias. Short biased. Does anyone else use Tradeify? It's all over my feeds. I've tried Tradeify. It's a good, I gotta say, it's a good prop firm. It's reputable. They just have too many constraints. Payout caps, consistency rule. It's like there's a 20% consistency rule on their funded accounts. So you have to maintain a 20% consistency on funded, which sucks. And then after you do all that, it's a 7-day payout. And after you do all that, there's a payout cap. So it's just no thanks. I'm not going to go through all that just for that. TPT still is still the best by far. By far. The only single rule TPT has is the trailing drawdown. As long as you can get it, manage that, it's the best. Unrestricted daily payouts. NASDAQ is still downtrending here. Let's go for 660. They started daily payouts, but yeah, so yeah. High volume bottom wick. High volume bottom wick. Thoughts on the new MFFU rapid plan? It's intraday drawdown, payout daily, minimum $500 requirements. I like it. I like it. I am affiliate of MFFU, my funded futures, simply in addition to TPT, simply because they decided to offer daily payouts. I'm in the process of affiliating with Tradeify because they offer daily payouts, but I'm not as excited about that simply because they have so many constraints. However, they offer daily payouts. So my thing is that all props should offer daily payouts. There's no reason not to. I think that benefits the trader. So anybody who does it, I will affiliate with them because I like to push products that I believe in. So yeah, I like my funded futures. People have had success with it. All right, we have a bottom wick on NASDAQ that's immediately getting wrecked. So we have a 1C on the 5-minute. On the 1-minute. On the 5-minute, we don't have any Cs. Not a volume, not a bottom wick, not a third C. So it's still, I've got to look for at least a 660 touch. Check out Bluesky. They're pretty good daily payouts. Nice. I'll take a look. I'm done for the day. Nice, Magabagouli. You're amazing, buddy. NASDAQ still rolling over. Was there a reason for gold's drop today? All precious metals are down today. All metals are down today. So I don't think there's a reason other than the fact that people are saying, again, the big sell-off on silver was because of a bank liquidation forced selling. I don't know if that's true or not again. Is it our job to know about that? Not really. If we're fundamental traders, if we're long-term investors, sure, you need to know about all that stuff. But as day traders, all you really care about here is the 3 Cs and looking for major levels of liquidity and playing what we see. Right now, NASDAQ is on a strong downtrend. Every single volume pop is absorbed to lower. So I'm saying they're going to attack the liquidity at 660. If they take out 660, we are going down to this big fat red line, 25,606. At which point, that's where I'll look to play at least a scalp long or get out of a short position altogether. I think they're going to do it, though. I think they're going to do it. What's up, Paid? How you doing? Good morning. Gold's putting on a couple of bottom wicks here. Silver's uptrending. NASDAQ tapped low of the day of today's session, not the overnight session, and put on a small bounce. It's amazing how you can catch so much of a move when you size down versus sizing up and getting stopped or scared. Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, it's if you want to unlock trading, your true ability to trade, you have to position size down. You have to. There's no way around it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Put it this way. Let me throw a scenario at you. By the way, we're getting a 3C here. I could pretty much guarantee on most red moves, if you wait for that red move to kind of fizzle out at the bottom and put on one micro long and then never touch it, most of the time that position is going to be profitable. Now, of course, that's not a system. I'm just telling you in probability. So the theory is, like, as long as you don't catch the absolute wrong direction of the market and you're playing micro positions, just stop messing with it. It's like when you got a scab on your arm and you're toying with it, messing with it. It's never going to heal. Just let it be. And that's most of trading, right there. So as long as you can have a system to identify the move most of the time, just stop touching the position. You'll be fine. But if you're in 10 minis, then you don't have that luxury. All right, there we go. I'm out of my short. NASDAQ is coming up, 25,706. That is a great bounce off of the day's lows, which is right here at 660. Beautiful stuff. Now let's see what they're going to do. You can make decent money with MNQs and multiple accounts. You can make amazing money, not decent money, amazing money with MNQs. If you have 5 accounts and you make $100 a day playing minis, or micros, I'm sorry, that's $500 a day. That's $2,500 a week. That's $10,000 a month if you're averaging $100 a day per account with 5 accounts. Would you like $10,000 a week extra? It's 120 G's a year before the government gets their fraudulent, greedy, thieving hands on your money. All right, NASDAQ bounced back up here on the 1 minute. On the 5 minute, we had the 3C that confirmed at 25,691. Still kind of shifting up here. MNQs help me play the system, absolutely. Commit to yourself, man. Commit to yourself this year. Financially, spiritually, family-wise, fitness. Commit to yourself. Do it. Optimize yourself. Lower your position sizing. Play the 3Cs. $942 million calls sold, 145 million puts purchased. We do have a 3C on NASDAQ. We do have a 3C on ES. Gold, we have a volume spike at 43.57. We have multiple 5-minute bottom wicks, but they cannot get the third C. You need on gold 4364.4 to get you long. Otherwise, downshifting. On silver, you got not really. I mean, you have obviously some supportive measures here at 71.5, but it's obvious silver's in liquidation mode right now, at least temporarily. But again, you can't have moves like you had on Friday without this type of move. Anytime you see a major product doing 10% days like that, you're gonna have a red day that's equivalent at least. What do you think separates the real traders that get payouts from people who always blow accounts? I mean, discipline would be the obvious answer, and I do think discipline is a big part of it. People don't understand trading, I think. And I don't even mean the technical thing. The technical stuff, like we've said before, is very easy to learn. Buy low, sell high. The 3 C's I could teach to someone in 5 minutes. It's no big deal. It's understanding what trading is day after day. We want our money now. You know, the greed part of human nature, which is why, in my opinion, spirituality is so important, because, you know, greed is a huge part of sin and the degradation of your soul, and it's a degradation of your system. We want everything now. And understanding that trading is not like that, I think, messes with traders, especially with prop firms. Prop firms can be an absolutely extraordinary tool. Absolutely extraordinary. But you've got to understand that it's not about $10,000 today. It's about $10,000 a month or a year or whatever metric you want to set. So understanding that and just getting your bite and being done completely is that this is not a casino which you could sit there and just pull the lever all day. You win, you get out. That's it. And the next day you do it again. And the next day you do it again. And the next day you do it again. Until you've got 30 days now of making $50, $25. You lose 10. You lose 30. You make 200. And then you build your roll. But traders don't want to do that. I mean, some of y'all sit here all day from market open to market close calling out price action. It's insane. So get your one trade on and then be done. That's it. I've taken one trade today. Do I need to play this bounce? No, absolutely not. So that's the difference for me. That's the difference for me. My beef with prop firms is they'll move the goalpost and it'll never be in the trader's favor. I agree. Now, again, you know, not to keep on pounding the TPT drum, but they don't move their goal. They're the only one who just hasn't changed nothing. I mean, everybody has announced changes over the past year except for TPT. They're like, all right, whatever. Trailing drawdown, make your money. That's it. No changes. And I'm sure they'll make changes eventually. They'll have to. And it probably won't be as good. But right now, they're the best. So, but I agree. And then, you know, prop firms are a business. They're not there to help you. They're there to take your money. And very few amount of people are able to take consistent profits. NASDAQ put on a beautiful 3C here. Gold, ooh, that might be a third C. Possibly. Possibly. I've been very, very profitable since I moved to TPT. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I hope you continue to be very profitable with TPT. We have a high volume bottom wick forming on NASDAQ, or I'm sorry, on gold. Hero, we have call buying and put selling starting to roll in, and they need to change the tides here. Keep an eye on gold. We have a high volume bottom wick. Magabaguli, there you go. Coming along beautifully, beautifully. I'm testing out a gold long position shortly here. Would you say prop firms help you become a better trader? Better trader? No. Although at first it made me a worse trader. I tried to register TPT, but I forgot to use the code. Now I can't sign up with the link. Yeah, if you sign up without a code, they may. If you reach out to customer service, they may refund your money and allow you to reset it or re-sign up, but you'll have to ask them. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? Bienvenidos, man. Konnichiwa. Good morning. Daily goals met was difficult to trade, so I used micros. Account locked done for the day. Nice, Damien. I'm always impressed by you, buddy. I'm always impressed. Damien is one of those who has come a long way, and I'm super happy for him. You too, Damien. You too. 43.44, bouncing NASDAQ. Beautiful, baby. I have not paid anything yet. Does the code use later? If you haven't paid anything, then you should go ahead. I mean, I guess I'm not understanding here. Oh, I see. So you're having trouble registering is what I'm saying. What prop firm do I recommend? The only prop firm I'm currently recommending is TPT. My funded futures is a good number 2, but I'm all in on TPT. Admittedly, I've got 2 accounts, one funded, one eval with Top Step, although I'm in the process of phasing them out. So that'll be strictly TPT for the time being. Not to say that I'll change. TPT, in my opinion, is the best, and I firmly believe that, not just because I'm affiliated with them. I'm affiliated with them because I believe they're the best. Heck, I could affiliate with every prop firm I want to right now, but I just don't believe in any of them, truly, except for TPT at the moment. You're welcome, Damien. I appreciate it. I remember having our conversation a long time ago, and you've come a long way, buddy. Thoughts on this, even though it's somewhat NASDAQ or gold's put on a beautiful move here. I would like to admit that I've been playing around with some RSI. Now, before people roast me, I'd like to say I'm still playing the 3Cs, but I'm also looking at RSI for some confluence. That's perfectly acceptable. Perfectly acceptable. 3Cs first, anything else after. An example on this NASDAQ short will show RSI was overbought on the 5-minute, and the 1-minute with volume spike on the 1-minute top wick, close low, or something I've been playing with. Not really else. Yeah, awesome. If you find confluence with it and it can help you, 100%. What the crap? Sorry, Silver. Or, sorry, YouTube. I'm accidentally muted. So this is a very big move on silver. Play silver with caution, please. But this is a qualified 3C with volume, highest volume candle of the day. Gold, right now, does have a 3C forming. We are over the trigger of 4349. Yells at the government like an old man also gets money from the government. Hey, the way I justify it is that I'm paying my taxes. I'm going to get every single dollar out of the government that I can. I'm paying for it. I want it. Freaking fraudulent government. At least you know yours will be put to good use. It will. Yeah, we're putting in 2 major high tunnels, and we're going to put a big old garden in, and we're going to start our farm, baby. We're going to start our farm. A high tunnel. One of these. We're putting in 2 of those. My tax dollars are going to your greenhouse. My tax dollars are going to my greenhouse. You know how much taxes I've paid the past 5 years? They owe me like 200 of those high tunnels. Me and my fiance both got very nice Bibles for Christmas. Beautiful, because we will start developing our relationship with God more quickly. Also, we've been slacking the past few years. So we want to start getting better. Well, my number one piece of advice, Magabaguli, is reading the Bible. In my opinion, is one of the most important things with spirituality and Christianity. Conversing with God as well, praying, but getting in the Bible every day. And it's just like fitness, just like finance. Consistency every single day, no matter what. Even if it's for 5 minutes, read the Word. Do it. Did you have to provide a business plan to get approved? Not a business plan, but we did have to provide a plan. So they had to come out and look at the current gardens we have. You can't get them unless you've already got a garden, and we have 2 massive gardens, like 80 by 40 gardens, 2 of them. So, but we did have to put in a plan, yeah. I need to activate market data, which I assume you did Tradeovate? Trevlig? What prompted you to reach out to the government for a high tunnel? Because we watch homesteading and gardening YouTube videos. That's our source of TV and entertainment. We don't watch any other crap. And they said that you could apply to the USDA if you have a established farm and established garden, and they'll give you funds because they have all this money already allocated. It's already allocated into a fund to give away to this purpose. So, and at most of the time, they lose it because people don't know about the program and they don't apply. So it's like, heck yeah. So we tried out our own local office, and they told us, yeah, I mean, the money's already allocated. It's at this point, it's who are we going to give it to? So we applied, and yeah, we just got the email actually last week that we're good to go, baby. There's so many programs out there too, man. It's good stuff. Trust me, man. I am as cheap as they come, and I'm always wheeling and dealing. Always. Y'all can probably know me by now that I'm always wheeling and dealing. I'm always looking for a financial edge. Always. What's up, Sidekick Guru? Yeah, if you did Tradeovate, you'll have to activate market data. Yeah, so you have to log into the website. If you downloaded the app, don't log into that. Log into the website, and you'll have to activate the data that way. If you want to use TradingView, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. I've never done that. I don't know how to set that up. They're spending money on shrimp on a treadmill. Oh my gosh. I have to mute. I'll be right back. Does it cost money? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Silver's still chilling. Gold, 3C is holding on. NASDAQ and ES have both bounced, and they're just kind of chilling in the middle of the range. So the options chain is drifting back towards bullishness after being quite bearish. How do you reconcile biblical teachings with the feeling of greed and wanting to take more and of more profit and wanting to consider life-changing money from trading? You know, I've been asked that question before, and it's something I think about all the time. And greed is going to be in the human mind with or without trading. I think we all, especially in our society where, dollars and money is just credits for living a better life, from a worldly view, of course. And I think having a system helps you do that, because you have to treat trading like a profession, just like you would at your job. If you're an engineer or a doctor or whatever else, you have to treat that as a profession. You can't go into being a pilot or an engineer with, I need to engineer as best as I can to make the most amount of money today. No, your job is to do your job and build your career, and then hopefully you're getting some sort of value out of your career, some sense of worth. But if you're coming into the market simply just to gamble and put on max position sizing and get as much money and trade 70 times a day, then yeah, that is greed. You don't have a system. You're a degenerate gambler, and you're going to lose everything eventually. So I approach trading with a sense of it's why I get so aggravated at these idiots that want to spread hate and make fun of people on the internet. Because I've had the good fortune and the blessing to interact with some of the most put together and sharp dudes on the planet. You know, being in the military, you are around some very put together dudes. I mean, straight arrow, and high integrity, hard workers, discipline, and very professional. And I love that about it. I love the structure of the military. I love being around those type of people because they make me better. I love being around this tip of the spear Navy SEALs because it makes me better. And then unfortunately, I've had to come into this world of trading where I'm dealing with degenerate, 18-year-olds who just want to, spread hate and call me a spammer and all that kind of nonsense. It's terrible. It's the main downside of this position. So, I mean, developing a process is huge. And to me, trading is no different than any other job. I'm here to do a system, to do a job, to develop my life, hopefully to help y'all, it'll help you a little bit. So yeah, it's something I fight all the time, just like always, more and more and more. But you've got to tell yourself, shut this down. I put on my system, I put on my 3C trades, and then that's it. Anything else is greed. And I know when I mess up because when I'm being greedy, usually I get my tail spanked. So I know it. So I mean, it's just another job, man. Trading is no different than any other job. It's just how do you approach it? How do you approach it? 100%. If you treat it like a profession, it'll reward you like a profession. Top wick, NASDAQ. I'm currently uninvested at the moment. I need advice for this year. I use my Roth IRA for a down payment on my home. This coming year, should I focus on maxing the tax advantage accounts or continuous funding my brokerage? Well, it depends on your age. How old are you, Bandit? You're 25. All right, you got plenty of time. So my biggest piece of advice is max out the Roth. Max the Roth out. Right now, it doesn't seem sexy, but in 20 years, 30 years, you will gladly thank yourself for maxing that Roth out and then fund everything else. That goes for everybody too. Max out your retirement accounts first. Max out your future first. And then you build a brokerage account. You build a stock account. You build everything else. I think you should almost always max those out. Oh, 100%, yeah. Especially the tax advantage ones, yeah. The Bible does not condemn profit or wealth, but consistently confronts the heart behind it. Scripture warns that it's not money itself, but the love of money that becomes destructive. Anything that replaces God is our source of peace, identity, and security becomes an idol. I love it. That's 100%, Master. I love it. Wanting a life-changing provision or pursuing excellence in trading is not sinful. Greed is revealed when the desire for more overrides contentment, discipline, and trust in the Lord. When profit leads to gratitude, generosity, and faithfulness stewardship, it reflects obedience rather than excess. The real question is not how much we gain, but whether we remain anchored in godliness and contentment, remembering that godliness is contentment with great gain. Fantastic. Yeah, way better than what I said, Pastor. Good stuff. Username text out. I want to make that my goal going forward. I put the tax advantage accounts on the back burner after buying the house. Yep. So I've told you all this before, man. When I was 18, way back in the day, I had someone tell me, max out all your retirement accounts, no matter what, 15%, and I'm 100% glad. I've seen other dudes near my age. At this point, it was 8 years ago or so when I saw it, who've been in about the same age as I am, and I've seen their retirement accounts, and I am leaps and bounds beyond them simply because I put in 15%. Leaps and bounds beyond their balances because all they've been doing is the minimal 5% match. NASDAQ is getting wrecked all the way back over. Silver's still chilling. Gold is still chilling. Oil, it looks like it's kind of tightening here in this little wedge pattern. They did have a high volume 3C at 58.20, or I'm sorry, 1C at 58.21. ES and NASDAQ are both plunging. Look at this. Plunging. Is there news? I don't see any. No, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. We'll see what they do with this. They're bouncing back up already. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts to break lower, and they're wicking every one of them. Right here. Still can't come on down to 663. We have call buying, put selling, 25,688 on NASDAQ. 55-year-old come back up here. I've always been curious. Do you think, based on the, do you tithe based on your monthly income, or stick with a flat amount based on your annual profit? So I usually tithe a flat amount, and I'm a little, I guess, untraditional with tithing. So I'd rather give directly to those in need rather than give to a church or give to an organization. And I've kind of, that's a little controversial. I've read some stuff. I've looked at some stuff about tithing. So I usually typically tithe a certain amount. NASDAQ high volume bounce off of that move. So we're from 760 down to 670, and then a quick bounce before they got to 660. I was wanting them to get down to this touch here, but they checked up before, so about 15 points prior to the lows. Looks like they carved out a range. They did, yeah, 100%. What time is it? Almost top of the hour. Beautiful bottom wick, still going. Let's see if they'll retrace 50% of that move, which is about, what, 720? See, I hate when they bounce it up like that before they tap the lows, because they kind of know what's there, and they came on down about 15 points higher. And now they're going all the way back up. They're call buying, put selling at the moment. And they're just back and forth today. Back and forth. I like this, easier to play. I like range days, man. Range days are good. If I can really nail down a range, I can make just as much money on a strong trend under certain conditions. Oh, we got a spam. Haven't had a spammer in a while. What's up? There we go. I got some TLT dividends over the weekend. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Gotta love it. A TLT trade, baby. It's not sexy, but it's a good one. I think I'll call it a day. I locked out of my one account from last night. Nice, Lee. What flow do you see on gold? Right now, we still have a 3C. Highest volume candle today right here. Bounce back up, put in a third C, and we're still just kind of trudging along. Silver as well, 71.75. NASDAQ is rejecting the 50% range right here. Rolling over. Currently watching this dude ice the wing. Nice. Where you going? Uh-oh, I just got another text message from Apex. 90% off. Apex is rolling with their 90% off sale. Flying home from Christmas. Nice rowing, Brewski. Well, safe travels. Turn on some Wi-Fi so you can hang out with us for a little bit longer. %50 retracement rejection right there, and now they're still kind of capturing. 4-minute play on SPX. Why do I trade this trash? Shows up big time on shares with SOPA. Are you still trading zeros? Abolished? If you had to fall into an acid container or only trade using Apex, better have some baking soda around because I'm going in the acid. You know, the TLT trade is kind of like the movie She's All That. Outcast and unpopular at first, and at the end turns into something special everyone missed out on. Absolutely. That's why I'm in it, baby. That's why I'm in it. Slow and steady, being patient. TLT is boomer GameStop. Are you calling me a boomer? I love it. All right, coming up to European close here in about 28 minutes. We have another top wig. Doesn't Apex make you send them a recording of your trading? Yep. TPT will have its day, or TLT will have its day, but unfortunately you need the economy to be smoking a crater for it to happen. Well, I mean, that day's coming. I want to love Apex so much, man. I want to. That 20 accounts is very attractive. Just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. Can't do it. NASDAQ rolling back over. Still coming off. NASDAQ rolling. I know we don't own crystal balls here, but do you think any sector will start rotating in 26 or stay on the AI train? Well, I mean, honestly, the AI is kind of dead. Look at the big players the past year or the past 6 or 7 months on AI train. It hasn't gone anywhere in 6 months since June. So I don't know if it'll pile back into the AI trade, but I think the market has been so hot for so long, and it's done stuff it's never done before. I don't think anyone can really say what the next step is. But I think there's at some point there's going to be some profit taking, simply just cool the market off a little bit. And I think at this point we need the market to cool off a little bit so we can get back into confident buying. Because it's so difficult to continue to buy raging markets like this. Because at some point we're going to have a massive drawdown. Gotta chill it right now. Gold's flat. Silver's going. Nice. So what do we do? Do we buy this dip on silver or what? Man, another red candle. Play silver at your own peril. Yeah. I don't know much about it. Bitcoin has another massive drawdown. Same thing with SPX. What happened, Abolished? SPX is easy. Yeah, so yeah, 100%. Stay away from zeros. Stay away from zeros. Well, price action has kind of gone back and forth here. I'm not too crazy to jump into something else. Another top wick. Up 20% on a silver call. Open it when you're calling out 3C. Nice trip, you Mike. I like it, buddy. Yeah, silver's nice. A gold and silver Feb spreads. Limited order executed on a small order, though. Nice. Let's see. I don't know. Gold, platinum. Platinum just put on a fantastic amount of volume. Look at that. Silver, still uptrending nicely. That's a heck of a move right there, baby. NASDAQ is bouncing nicely. Yes. I think I may have looked at one too many taxation is theft tweets. My entire timeline is all stop paying taxes. My algorithm has shifted. Well, option chains have kind of died down. Yeah, it does. It's terrible. 15 minutes and we have European close. Back and forth. I recommend just chilling. Chilling like a villain, baby. This weekend with silver and taxation is theft. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a crazy story, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Nah, nobody will do anything. Oh, man. ES back down, Nasdaq's back down, top wicks, gold's nice and flat, silver, a little bit of a top wick, rolling back over. High volume 3C top wick on silver. 3Cs are still beautiful on silver. Still working. The 3Cs work. Soon I will be selling all of my silver and instead investing in Somalian daycare centers. Oh, I love X. It's funny. I love it. JD Wentworth, baby. Trace indicator shows most exposure at 6835 for SPX, with a whole bunch at also 6900, which is where we currently are. Nasdaq rolling back over. Y'all put up your Christmas decorations yet? Are you still rocking the Christmas tree? $686 Nasdaq rolling back over. I'll wait till the weekend after New Year's. Nice. We already put ours up this weekend. Once the Christmas season passes, man, I'm ready for spring. It all comes crashing down. 612 becoming strong. Yeah, so I mean, they're putting a lot of liquidity down at the 660 area, 600 area. Now that 610 area is the weekly support, so that's a good place to be. Definitely. Hmm. Once the summer ends, I think about Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Once that passes, I'm ready for spring, summer. Absolutely. It'll be here fast, man. The way this time is going, it's going to fly by. Fly by. Forgot to share. Tori's affiliated with them now. Are they really? Wow. They changed their rules. I'll gladly affiliate with them. But not yet. You could tell. You could tell how that CEO of Apex thinks. They're sitting on a gold mine, dude. They're sitting on a gold mine. You know how much money they would make tomorrow if they came out and restricted their rules, or opened up the rules a little bit. ES is flat. Gold. Oil just put on a high volume wick right here on this 1 minute candle. Silver's coming on down. Eight minutes to the top of the hour. Too much time and effort to risk Apex during a payout. Yep, that's absolutely right. There's too much time wasted when you could be doing other stuff. I mean, what is it? 5 days for the eval, and then what? 8 days until payout. That's 13 days you have to waste on getting funded, assuming that you have a green day every day. At bare minimum, 18 days or 50. What is it? What did it say? 11 days. It's terrible. Terrible. 6 minutes, and then we're going to call it a day. I think everyone's pretty much already signed off, so we're just kind of chilling. There's a ton of exposure right here. Ton of exposure right here. Oh, man. Oh, crap. My YouTube stream just updated. Hate spammer. I already spammed that guy out of here. What's he doing? Yeah, that guy's gone, that spammer. What's up, Kelly? How you doing? Or Kenny? What's up? Hero right now is neutral. It's flat. There's not a lot of activity, but overall it's showing call selling, put selling. Both of them. Having this time off for family, realize I'm just too wired to stay still that long. Makes me appreciate busy and hustling days so much. Yeah, I can kind of agree with that sentiment. Is that you're always just I am not good at sitting still. That's why I'm not a good TV watcher, because I get about 5 minutes in and I'm just, man, I'm raring to go. So I feel you. I feel you. Futures harder or options? The futures and options are both they're different tools. So I don't think one's harder than the other. It's just you have to apply them differently. They're different tools. Do I have merchandise? Not anymore. I used to have a shop that I sold shirts and cups and stuff, but nobody bought them. A couple of people bought them, so it was costing me more money, so I shut it down. Not to mention, I was slow on responses on that one. You can't get greedy with Apex. I run 15 accounts and I have over 6 months. I take 1,500 twice a month. Nice. There's a guy I follow on YouTube as well. He says that Apex sometimes denies his request, but all you have to do is keep trading and request again, and they'll go off for your previous 10 days. I see. That makes sense. I'm sure I would be able to eventually get payouts with them. Man, it's a lot. I hate wasting time. Little shy of, oh, nice, Bandit. Well done. One thing before I pop out of here, is there any other bond-related products? I don't. That's the only one that I do. Would I ever dabble with leverage bonds? I would not. I don't like leverage products. Personally. What's your take on NASDAQ 25675 high volume of bookmap? I think that's going to be a likely target. I mean, they keep on trying to. The bulls can't hold the longs here. 675 is near the low of the day. I think that's a good place to be. Good place. $20 seconds until 10 seconds until European close. Amazing how important it is to keep my little 6875 put for going in the money. I mean, that's an aggressive position, though. You know, I don't know when you took it, but you also have to realize the structure on the market right now is SPX 6900. I know, you know, with the emotions right now, you think that the market's against you, but it's not. You know, it's just right now you happen to have took a put just under the main put wall of the market, so it's supportive. SPX is here. Does that make sense, abolished? All right, I'm going to call this a day. Markets have gone choppy. Chat's gone quiet. I'm not probably going to take another trade today, so that's it for me. Any questions before I wrap it up? Been a good conversation today, man. Good questions. I like it. Good libertarian views here. Anti-taxes. I like it. Today turned to a farm equipment replacement day. Nice. That was this weekend for me. All right, y'all have a good rest of the day. Hit me up with any questions that you have. I appreciate YouTube hanging out with us today. Consider please coming to join the server. It's a fantastic place, fantastic community. Yeah, a new episode coming out this week. Ryan, appreciate you. Where should I watch the Discord tomorrow? The Discord is locked tomorrow for the Discord members. I'm sorry, the YouTube chat is locked for the Discord tomorrow, so it'll be for them. And then Wednesday we'll be back open publicly, and we'll go from there. So consider joining the Discord. It's $25 a month. I think it's a fantastic expense for a fantastic community. So hope you all have a good rest of the day. Hit me up with questions. Be safe. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. See you.